Emu Fence Road coming up in half a kilometre. Okay, road open to four-wheel drives. Yep. Let's go. Marble Lock 31. Oh, it's yellow. Jesus, it's yellow. It's hard to see. There's the Emu Fence. You can't see it, can you? Off to the left is a huge big fence, like a chain link fence. Okay, it's going to be this, but it cuts off a lot of time apparently. Four-wheel drive just because I don't know what sort of surface conditions are like for the whole 160k, so we'll be on the safe side. And I just took a little comfort stop too. Okay, here we go. Four-wheel drive. Yep, we're there. Here we go. Make sure it doesn't jump out again. Yep. Right. I didn't bother taking the tyres down because it's actually at this stage looks to be quite solid underfoot. These yellowy patches look like sand or clay or something. The end of this road should bring us out at Hyden, which is where Wave Rock is situated. But we won't be going to Wave Rock today. there is a this road that's coming up here is a road off to a place called Mount Palmer, as in Clive, who was the arch enemy of WA during the COVID crisis. Hold on, I don't believe it. I'm sure I see a traffic light up here. I certainly see a red light. Road work ahead. Okay. Well, this is going to slow me down a bit. I didn't expect this on the... What's the name? Yep. So maybe they're grading it. Yep, there's a fellow here. Oh, he's turned the light green for me. Thanks, buddy. I like it. And I just crashed my gears as I was going through. You wouldn't believe it, a traffic light all the way out here. Stop here on green signal. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford. Well, the road is probably going to get even better if the grader's on it. Evidence of some water, so maybe at some stage there was some flooding on this road, but like everywhere else in this country, wherever you go, you're going to find another vehicle somewhere. Now, no entry authorised, a private haul road there. Now where is that going? God. That's a new one. I bet that's not even on the map. He's not even looking. Who was that? God, you wouldn't believe this. The frickin' road is closed. The fucking one road you want to travel on, and it's bloody closed. Marvel Lock 4. Don't tell me this takes me all the way back into Southern Cross. God, I hate that. Let's take her out of four-wheel drive anyway first. God damn. Oh, let's see where we're going to bloody end up now. I was coming down that road. Marvel Lock. Oh, Jesus. This is all because of fucking mining. I can't go down any of the side roads because they've got drilling rigs and things. Oh, this shits me. It really does. No wonder I get so pissed off and grumpy. Okay, now that we've gone onto the bloody Hayden Road again, this is Cockatoo Tanks Road. Now, this is the official detour apparently to where I wanted to go. God, this gives you the shits. Fucking mines, they turn up everywhere, cause all this disruption to the public, and then people wonder why I get so fucking grumpy. think I'd rather go to Hyden. Let me just check the map a minute, because if there is a shorter way, I want to find it. I'll be back with you in a minute. That says Cockatoo Tank Road. The GPSs tell me it's Parker Range Road, but we just passed the Parkatoo Range Road. But this is the way to Hyden, so I do want to get to Hyden. This is Hyden. Here's 128 k's. Jesus. I just hope I'm not going way out of my way, going around the sticks because of this, because it's just eating into my day and I'm trying to get home. And I thought I was taking a shortcut, instead I'm being led up the garden path. In 2.2 k's there'll be a right hand turn and I'll be back on the Emu Fence Road. And the navman says the same thing, so it must be true. Shit, all that deviation, and I've probably, had I been able to go across that one, I probably missed out on about 5 k's. That great rugby league coach Phil Gould says, "Don't get me started." On you, Phil. Oh, here we go. More roadworks. A green sign, that's a good sign, because it hasn't got a big cloth over it saying we're not going to let you read what's under it. Now, hide, go to the right. Yes. Detour ahead. Okay. Yes, go right, go right. The arrow says I can go right. They're building something in there. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. They're building something, definitely. Look at this fancy road. What does that say over there? I can't read it. Anyway, now we're back on the Emu Fence Road. Fuck 'em. And now, of course, I'm going to go back into four-wheel drive. Hyden's 124. God knows what sort of conditions we'll come up against. Right, let's go. The sort of thing we've just seen, this out of nowhere, you think you're on the most remote road and out of nowhere crops up a whole team of people or new infrastructure that you don't know about, that's not on any map yet. And it just disrupts everything. But it's just amazing the amount of fancy bloody intersections and roadworks that they put in, and yet they cannot seem to do the most basic work on some of the major highways, like the Albany to Perth Road, or, you know, even that great northern highway that I've just been on. Some of it is absolute shit. And yet, you can come out here and you can be a zillion miles from anywhere and you've got the most perfectly graded roads. Look at this that I'm on now. to make more money, and to hell with the people who live out elsewhere. I sometimes think that maybe I should just curl up and die, because I don't see a lot of this as so-called progress. Where are we heading? You know, with all this digging great big huge, the population of the world is way too much. Maybe this pestilence of COVID will kill off a few more million, and then the world can start again, but I doubt it. Anyway, after all that, this road is actually fine and fun to drive too, because it's fast and there doesn't appear to be any more people on it until I get to Hyde. If I ever come back this way, I wonder what I'll find. I'm starting to wonder whether that emu fence is actually to keep the emus out, or the humans from this side getting in there. Because there's obviously some riches to be had. Now there's a vista laid out before us. This road is going as straight as a die, and I can't exactly tell you how much further I've got to go, but it's obviously more than 100 kilometres of this. And right now, Albany, from this particular point, is 534 kilometres, and it's just leaving 1 o'clock. So if you averaged 100 kilometres, which you don't, it would be 5 hours and a bit, 5.5. But I would say still another 6 and a bit hours. So that'll get me in still at 7 o'clock. If we don't have any more roadblocks and detours. I should be fueled up enough to get home anyway, because I topped up the tank at Yellowdine, that mobile service station. So fuel is not an issue, it's just time now and roadblocks. Oh, beautiful grassy field over there to the left. Whoa! That's probably a wheat crop or something going in, canola or something. what they call them? Crossroads. I missed it. I missed the names, but it's a crossroads. And I didn't see a give way sign. So there's a potential accident black spot. Shire of Yulgar. Take note. To recovery, government propaganda for the royalties for regions or something. Well, the road's gone a little bit bumpier now. Just as they put the propaganda sign up, the road gets a little bit rugged. If you are going to come out here, folks, make sure you've got enough fuel to get from point A to point B, because there are no service stations, nor any services, nor any lay-bys along this entire stretch of road. Oh yeah, they must have had a lot of trouble with emus, because that emu fence is still going. Gee, I wish I had $1 for every, say, half a kilometre. No, that wouldn't give you very much. That'd only give you about $80. What about $1 for every fence post? Whoa! That'd amount to a fair bit of moolah today, in today's money. Calzone Street or road. There is water in some of these culverts that go off to the left and the right. The drainage ditches. I see that there's still water in it, quite a lot of them. Make a liar of me, none in that one. Oh, this is fun to drive though. Shit. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to come back up this way. But be prepared. see at a glance where you were on the map. Now I don't seem to be able to do this. This is yet another example of so-called progress, where people tweak knobs and turn programs around that you've been using for a long time and just cause utmost confusion. Anyway, I know we're heading towards Hayden, but I just don't know what road I'm on. And my Garmin GPS, of course, doesn't give me a big picture. All I get is a purple line with a blue arrow, and that's the same with the Navman. So that's the dilemma I face right now. I may actually have to pull up shortly and have a restudy of the map and get that into my tiny little brain. One of the problems that I have noticed when programming this Garmin GPS is the fact that when you don't get the option out in the country to just put in a town. It also asks you for a street and a street number, which I think is ridiculous. So take note, Garmin, and also to a certain degree Navman and TomTom and all the others. When you're driving in the Australian outback, you do not know what street you want. So there should be an option to remove, just say, forget that, don't need a street, and nor do I need a street number. You only want the town itself and the major route through that town. But I find with a lot of these things, that doesn't happen. Now we're going to go, here's an example, because I'm coming up to this intersection. It says turn left, 250 metres, which we are branching to the left, yes. Okay, so this is apparently Sedgwick Road. Yes, that's Sedgwick Road that went off to the right there. But this is still, as far as I'm concerned, the Woolacutty Soak Road. And now it's called, according to my GPS, the Garmin GPS, it's called the Hayden Lake King Road. So that's fine, it's changed. But you understand the predicament. When you're trying to program these things, all I need is a series of towns. As an example, I go from Hayden to a place called towards Pingerup, and then from Pingerup I'm going to another little place called Borden. And each of those towns I was asked what street, and I was given two choices in some cases. Now that's confusing and it's unnecessary. Might be necessary in the cities, yes, keep it. But when you're in the outback, you don't want it. You don't need it. It just adds to the confusion. But that's the modern world that I keep talking about. People think they're giving you get too much information sometimes. Way too much for what you actually need. I also don't want to sound like I'm knocking these GPS systems, but they can be very, very complex, and I think unnecessarily so. But I must admit that the Garmin, even though I'm pointing out some of the particular model that I have anyway, some of its drawbacks, if you might say, they're not necessarily drawbacks, but it has a lot of information on it, which is at your fingertips, and I can go between, for instance, I can use it to calculate my arrival time at my final destination, but I'm also given the option of using it to plot the distance to my final destination, for instance. And there is other little menus within it, and they are virtually at the touch of a button. And I know you shouldn't be using them when you're driving, you shouldn't be touching these buttons, but you're compelled to, right? You have to get the most out of these things. You can't be stopping and starting every 2 minutes to get more information. That's the whole point of having them. So I'm just comparing the two, and I must admit that I do like the Garmin one, and I've been a Navman person, I've been a Navman man for quite some time, but they certainly went off in some of the machines that they've been putting out recently. The one that I have now, I'm a bit disappointed in it because the screen has no absolute contrast. It's very hard to read in fairly bright sunlight. The Garmin is brilliant. So pat on the head to them. And some of the comments that I've made in previous scenes are merely that, suggestions. We don't need some of that major information that you seem that we need to have. Now if you look closely past this tree line, you'll see a very hard-working farmer out there with his machinery. Look at that. Can you see it? Those people, they're the real Australians. They're the dinky dyed in the wool Aussies. Not these little intellectual upstarts that live in the cities. There's his truck, look. I just passed a sign that said the Hulk's Cave. Note to self, look that one up on the map and find out what that's about at some later stage. Oh, definitely glad I came this road, or this way. It's beautiful out here. I knew it was, but it's only when you get out here driving. It's a pleasure to drive out here because there's very, very little traffic, as you can see. But the scenery is really nice too, through the trees, and it's very nice, let me tell you. Not many facilities, but then who needs them? We're not stopping overnight. It's just a little interesting piece of country, and it's very similar to out the back of Salmon Gums, I remember a few years ago. This it's like a floodplain here, and it obviously has salty subsoils because the plants are all sort of dead. It's just that little salty bush stuff. Interesting, because Salmon Gums would be off to my left, and you know, maybe 100 kilometres away on the way down to Esperance. Wave Rock 200 metres. How far? No, I'm not going to Wave Rock, sorry. It's another thing. Sorry, we'll save that for another video. Mainly because I'm pushing for time. I'm being very, very naughty because Kay said to me, don't drive tired. And I've been on or awake since 5:30 this morning, and I intend to get home today. Newdigate 81, Hyden 2. Oh, better wait for the truck. I'm not going to Newdigate, I'm going through all the little back roads. But I will pull up in Hyden just to confirm my intended route. This is the little village of Hyden. Now I'm looking for instructions from my GPS here because there are so many little back roads to take in this area that it can get confusing. Continue on Marshall Street, so I did program it to take me to the various towns. Yeah, I'm going to the Condinan-Hyden Road, then the Williams-Condinan Road, then the Coolin Lake Grace Road, and the Pingrup exit. Now, is that the fastest way? Well, it says I've got